Hello friends! Today I'm going to tell you how you can raise your action capacity. This will help you succeed and make you a person that everyone wants on their team or their project. So let's get started. David here with SD Success. We're here to help you be your best and enjoy the adventure of life. If you're new here, consider subscribing down below so you don't miss videos that come out every week. Today's topic is AC, or action capacity. It's the ability to get things done, to produce quality work consistently while meeting or beating deadlines. I've spent a lot of years working as a manager, as a teacher, an advisor, and I'll tell you, out of 10 people, there's usually only 2 or 3 who have a high level of action capacity. These are the ones that you can delegate work to, and they'll get it done. And if there is some problem during the process, some obstacle pops up, they'll let you know about it to make sure it gets cleared so they get back on track and finish on time. Other people will do the opposite. They'll wait until the very end, the deadline, and then they'll tell you, oh, because of this reason and this reason, I just couldn't get it done. As I always say, excuses are the fruit of a lazy person. So without further ado, here are 4 ways that you can maintain a high level of action capacity. Number 1 is be proactive. In the past, I always used to tell people, take ownership. Ownership was a key to being proactive. I am a little hesitant to say take ownership or treat it like you own it, because there are people who don't maintain the things they own very well at all. For example, I've met people who never change the oil in their car until that little red light comes up on the dash, the engine oil warning light. And so you don't want to tell someone like that to take ownership, because they might just treat it very casually. What I say now is treat it like it's your pet, because people love their pets. They spend time with their pets and they play with their pets, and they realize if I don't feed my pet will die. Maybe that's a better analogy or a way to communicate how you want someone to take care of a project or some other thing you're delegating to them. Just a thought. Another aspect of productivity is doing it early, before you're told to do it. Great employees, proactive people, they spot something that needs to happen and they just start doing it. They realize it and they fix it right away. They take action. And one time I was managing an employee who 3 times he needed to order equipment for the room he was using as part of our operation. All 3 times I told him, well, look it up, find what you need to order, and get back to me. Before the day was out, I checked back with him. Hey, did you figure out what to order? All 3 times he told me, not yet, because I just set up something temporary which does what I need. And so I thought, man, this guy's really proactive, because we did order what he officially needed, but in the meantime, he had just made a makeshift setup out of things in the office to already have the functionality he needed. It was actually really inspiring and made me feel as a manager like, wow, I can trust this person to get things done really fast and be effective. Proactive people also are really good about sounding the alarm, letting their boss or their team know when some kind of obstacle pops up. And they let them know so they can get help and deal with it to get the project back on track and make sure there's no nasty surprise for everyone at the end. To highlight just how refreshing and valuable a proactive person is, we can think about the story of General Grant from the Civil War. See, President Lincoln was really frustrated because again and again there were these generals that he had assigned to go out and fight the war. But time and time again, they refused to engage the enemy, to go into battle. They kept making excuses about why they couldn't fight. So then President Lincoln put Grant in charge, and Grant started fighting and winning, and he was getting results. But a lot of people complained about Grant. Politicians, other generals, they said, hey, this guy's a drunk, and he has way too many casualties. He loses too many lives even though he wins. And they complained a lot of things about him. But President Lincoln had a very clear response. He said about Grant, I can't spare this man, he fights. So I hope that whoever your boss is, that they would say the same thing about you. I can't spare this person. They get things done. They have a high level of action capacity. A second way to be strong when it comes to action capacity is to do a little more. Now, you're working hard already, great, but do a little more. Take it to the next level. When a lot of people hear this, they say, oh, but I'm already doing so much. I don't have time to do more. I can't. Frankly, let's be honest, that's often just an excuse. You have to find ways to find a crack or little pockets of time where you can do a little bit more. Find a way to work smarter, to raise your level. There's always a way. In fact, George Herbert said in the 1600s famously, where there's a will, there's a way. And the reason why this is so important is because you never know when that extra little bit is going to kick in and help you to succeed, help you to break through and make a big success. Tip number 3 to have a high level of action capacity is to do it until the end. There's many people who give up before they reach the end. But you're never going to win if you give up too soon. For example, if you're running a 100-meter race, you have to run all 100 meters. You can't run 90 or 98 meters and stop. The only way you get the medal, win the race, is you have to go to the end. As a lot of you know, I'm originally from California, San Francisco Bay Area, a place that's famous for the gold rush, the 49ers. There are cases where a miner was digging out deep into the earth and hoping to find a gold vein and just lost heart. They gave up and they packed up and went home. The next person who came in, after digging just a short time, they found the bonanza, this gold vein that they'd been looking for and hoping for. So don't give up, don't quit too early. You haven't lost, you haven't failed unless you actually quit. So going to the end, a huge tip for having a strong action capacity and winning in the end. Tip number 4 is to take action in the right direction purposefully. Most successful people know where they want to go and they take action following a path thinking that their future is open. It just depends on going the right way. The fact is, every road leads somewhere. So if there's somewhere you want to get, something you want to accomplish, you just need to find the path that leads there. That path could be the right training, the right mentor, an example. And once you find it, just work hard in that direction and you'll get there. Successful people know that, and so they make sure they're working in the right direction, and that will lead them to success. To wrap up this topic, I'll tell you about one of the best compliments I ever received. At the time, I was starting to lead a new technology team, and I was really stressed out, feeling overwhelmed, because this was a whole new level of responsibility and work. I was definitely challenged and stretched. When I was feeling this, a senior leader stopped by my office. She said to me, "I'm really happy that you were chosen to lead the new technology team." And I looked a little bit surprised because actually I didn't know her very well. And she said, "Yeah, I was just in a meeting and I told everyone, wow, we get him? That's great." I was really happy to hear that, and it made me realize she viewed me as someone with a high level of action capacity. Because in my role as leading that technology group, I was going to be supporting and taking care of the technology needs for her division. She had confidence that I was going to take care of her people well. And so you can bet after hearing that from her, I worked extra hard to make sure I did a great job and provided for all the technology needs of her people. I'm not sure if she'll ever hear this or watch this video, but if you are watching, Michelle, thanks for the compliment. The timing was great and it meant a lot to me. As we wrap up this video, I want to ask your opinion. What habit or factor do you think matters most when it comes to having a high level of action capacity? Please let us know in the comment section down below. If you like this video and you want to hear more tips about success mentality or public speaking, then click on one of the video links above. Until next time, have big dreams, big thoughts, and big actions. They will help you soar to success and expand your impact. This is David saying, take care and peace out.